Thanks for watching Crokinole Center. This is the second semifinal 2019 Belleville Crokinole Challenge between Roger Vallencourt and Ray Bareling. We joined this match just a couple shots in progress already, with Vallencourt leading in the 20 count, but he's left a hanger 20. Chance for Bareling to tie up the 20 count. He does. 4 shots left and tied at 2. Vallencourt returns, making the open 20. Bareling responds. Winner of this semifinal will play Jason Bareling, brother of Ray Bareling, in the finals. Ooh, and Roger Vallencourt gets an unlucky bounce out there. Ray Bareling with a chance to clinch a point in this round with a hanger 20. He does. Vallencourt needs to make this just to force Ray Bareling to shoot on his final shot. He does. And Ray Bareling sticks that shot into the 15 on the final one, as Ray Bareling takes a 2-0 lead in this semifinal. This is the first head-to-head meeting between these two players, and never before met in a playoff stage. Ray Bareling missing short in his first shot. Vallencourt can't convert the hanger 20 and has in fact left one for Ray Bareling on the reply. But Ray Bareling can't make it and loses a shooter to the outside. See what Vallencourt does with this one. And just shoots it off. Some players would try like a defensive bump strategy, but it's actually good that Vallencourt didn't here, because he gets a mistake out of Ray Bareling, and because there's no opposing disc on the board, can shoot right for the middle. And he does, making the 20. This time Bareling gets the peel he was looking for. But another open board for Vallencourt, another chance to add to his lead. And he makes that one as well. Ray Bareling scoring an open 20, but he's got a long road to go here to try to come back in this second round. Probably needs a follow-through 20 here, and then I'm sure that's what he'll be going for. He misses it. Loses a shooter to the outside. Another chance for Vallencourt to just stay behind the pegs, not provide any opportunity for Bareling. You see, there's no chance for Bareling to try to get a takeout and carve that towards the middle. He's going for the peel, but he misses. Doesn't remove the opposing disc. So the odds were already pretty good that Vallencourt was going to win this round, but that sort of sealed it. So this final shot of the round is basically inconsequential for Roger Vallencourt. And he makes the takeout to win that round and tie up this semifinal at 2 points each. So Vallencourt to shoot first in round number 3. Gets that open 20 to drop. It stood up for a moment, but fell down into the 20 hole. And Baerling's shot bounces out. So not an easy hanger for Vallencourt. He's going to be pretty tough to make, but he leans across and makes it. Jeez, a lot of 20s here. Both players looking real comfortable on the board. Vallencourt misses long. Ray Baerling's down a 20 here. Going for the follow through. Gets the takeout, rolls off to the side. He'll have a chance, probably, because Vallencourt just began going for a takeout, so Ray Bareling will still have a couple of chances here to try to tie this round. Vallencourt might get a little bit lucky there. Not the cleanest takeout. Does that black disc bounce off a peg? Bareling just satisfied it with a hit and stick there. Vallencourt going for a takeout, just try and hit and stick in that same spot, and he just gets away with that takeout. That black disc almost didn't make it off the board. And is there a chance here for a takeout 20 for Ray Beierling? Oh, he gets the 20, but not the takeout. That white disc stays on into the 5, and that's 2 points for Roger Vallencourt. He now leads this semifinal by a score of 4-2. So a couple instances for both players there in their final shots of that round where their takeouts weren't too clean. They bounced off a peg and in some cases didn't have enough speed to leave the board, and Ray Beierling loses the shooter right through the house on the first shot. Not a good start for him. And Vallencourt has the hammer in this fourth round, now up 20. Vallencourt's open 20 bounces out. Well back in the 20 hole, though. Vallencourt rolling to the other side of the board. There could be a chance for a ricochet 20 here for Ray Beierling. Almost disastrous there. He almost lost the shooter as the white disc came and knocked the black disc. Almost knocked it right off the board. Beierling 4 shots left. He'll be trying to hit this white disc off and roll the black disc in a more favorable position. He wasn't going for the 20 there. He's just trying to set up for a later shot. Vallencourt gets a takeout. I don't think he thought the 20 was on. It was a little bit too far back. And Ray Beierling hasn't had much luck with the follow-through 20s. Follow-through 20s generally aren't a high percentage shot, but he'll have a fourth opportunity here. I guess he's 0 for 4 at the moment on them. Vallencourt can clinch a point here if he can make a takeout 20. Yeah, nice shot. Ray Beierling makes the open 20. Vallencourt's going to have to shoot his final shot here. But he responds as well with a 20, and Vallencourt now leads by a score of 6-2. We've just seen these last couple rounds that Vallencourt's got the lead following the opening shots, and Ray Beierling's been hunting for that 20 to level the round, but just has not found it. Vallencourt putting the pressure on Beierling again to start off this fifth round, and Beierling misses long. Vallencourt might think about a follow-through instead of trying to roll away. It looks like he was going for a follow-through 20 there. Ray Beierling just trying to hit and stick behind. He may have half a mind to think about hiding a few discs here in this round. Him going for takeout 20s generally hasn't helped so far in this match. But the disc has now worked its way back towards the middle, and there's not really a chance for Ray Beierling to hide. A touch 20 is a possibility here, though. Misses on it. No takeout, no 20. It's now a steeper hill to climb for Ray Beierling in this round. 2 white discs on the board. Vallencourt up at 20. Vallencourt might be thinking about, sometimes the most natural shot here is to actually go for a 20. Might be thinking about a takeout in 20 on this shot. Yeah, you can see just where they're, with that white disc, the way it travels, it gets pretty close to the 20 hole. Put some extra speed on that to make sure he wasn't going to leave his disc short for an easy hanger 20. There is a bit of a line here. It's a pretty tough shot for a ricochet 20 for Ray Beierling. Getting towards the 20 hole, but misses it again there. So now, Roger Vallencourt still holding a commanding lead. 2 discs on the board, neither one set up for a 20. So Ray Beierling thinks maybe switching to defensive, and that's a pretty good spot. But Vallencourt, all he really needs is just a peel here, so he just needs to basically hit that black disc as thin as possible and as hard as possible. And that should be enough to win this round for him. Oh yeah, and he was able to see enough of it to even keep his his shooter on the board, so all that's left is a double takeout and a 20 for Ray Beierling. Was able to get the double, but really nowhere close to the 20 because it was nearly an impossible shot. And Roger Vallencourt now leads 8-2, 1 point away from winning this semifinal and advancing to the championship here in Belleville to play Jason Beierling. So Ray Beierling starting off round number 6. Generally has not had the lead so far in this match. He is able to score the first 20. And Vallencourt misses long. Could be a chance here, as I mentioned, for a takeout 20 for Vallencourt. Perhaps changing the angle on it, though. So it is possible to get a ricochet 20 from this side as well. Oh, he misses it, though. Chance for a raise 20 for Ray Beierling. He knocks it down. And possibly a chance for a third 20 for Ray Beierling. And yeah, he's put this round out of reach. Not much Vallencourt can do now. Going for a tough follow through 20. Misses off to the side. These few last shots really won't count for much. As Ray Beierling is going to at least stop the streak of points that Roger Vallencourt had accumulated there. It was 8 in a row for Vallencourt. But Ray Beierling cuts into that and cuts into the lead. It's now 8-4. And Ray Beierling at least winning that round against the hammer as well, so another plus to his favor. Vallencourt starting out round number 7. This is long on the open 20. Nice hit and roll from Beierling between the pegs. Gets a mistake out of Vallencourt. So open board. Ray Beierling gets that 20 to go. It looked like that one might flip up and end up being a hanger 20 opportunity, but it did fall down. And unfortunate for Vallencourt that disc stays on the board. He'll have to waste another one just to try to peel it and force play back to the middle. Beierling makes that open 20 to go up 2 20s now with only 4 shots left in this 7th round. Vallencourt almost made that takeout 20. Instead is left a hanger, and Ray Beierling knocks it down. So this will be 2 points again for Ray Beierling. Cutting into that deficit, and it will be 8-6 after this round's over. So now an 8-6 lead for Roger Vallencourt. He will have the hammer coming up in this 8th round. Needs 1 point to advance to the finals. Ray Beierling trying to continue the comeback. He has the first shot. And is looking for a 20 here to start out this round well. Gets it. Vallencourt has missed his last 2 open 20s. This one's just offline. Looked like Ray Beierling was going for the follow-through 20. So he's rolled the shooter over to Vallencourt's side. Chance for a ricochet 20 there for Vallencourt. Sort of zoomed by the hole and just came back to his own side. Just pushing it towards the middle. Gets it inside the 15. Could be a chance for a touch 20 here for Vallencourt. Definitely a chance for a touch 20. He might be thinking about getting more, though, trying to get the full takeout as well. Oh, when he went for the touch 20, and it bounces back on him. Ray Beierling collects that 20. And Ray Beierling's in a great spot now. Vallencourt trying to hide, but he needs a couple of misses from Bareling here just to try to come back in this round. Vallencourt now going for the ricochet 20. Getting it into the middle. Bareling there, you saw him change his angle. I think most naturally he'd probably be going for a takeout 20 there, but I think realizing the situation, just reminded himself that really all he needed was a takeout on that shot. And we are now tied up at 8 points each. So we're down to one final round to determine the winner of this semifinal. You sort of hope when you set up for a match that's first of however many points, that it sort of gets to this point where the next round wins. One final round. Roger Vallencourt starts out with a 20. Ray Baierling misses short. Had really nowhere close to the right amount of speed on that shot. He struggled trying to manufacture 20s from behind. When he gets a nice roll there, you can see he was pushing forward to try to get a follow-through 20, and he gets a fortuitous bounce there off a peg, and that rolls to a great spot on his side of the board. Vallencourt, you can see he's lining up the angles here. Can't see the whole disc, can only see a part of it. When he misses it, open board. Ray Baierling has to capitalize here, misses long. Baierling had made that shot, it'd be huge for him, but instead 2 discs on the board. Still anything can happen here in this round. Vallencourt makes the takeout. Is Ray Baierling at all thinking about trying to score a 20 here? If he could, he'd know that he'd be leaving Vallencourt with a real tough shot, because he's got that one disc that's very well hidden. So Vallencourt thinking about a follow-through 20 here. That would be huge for him as well. Misses, and unfortunate there. It bounces off a peg right next to the 20 hole, and Ray Baierling, that's a huge 20. That's a critical moment right there to get that takeout 20. This forces Vallencourt again to shoot for this disc behind a peg. This time, Vallencourt gets it, peeling off. Crucial final shots. Ray Baierling with the edge though. He's got the hammer. And he misses short there, and it looks like it's just short enough that Vallencourt won't have an opportunity for a takeout and a 20 on this shot. Vallencourt just settles for the takeout, trying to roll to a better spot. That's a good placement from Ray Baierling. There's not much hope for Vallencourt to try to score a takeout and a 20 here. Would have to get a bounce off a peg to pull it off. Just a hidden stick. And Ray Baierling needs to make this disc go away and stay on the board to win the match, and he does. Ray Baierling, coming back from a deficit of 8-2, wins this match by a score of 10-8. He will move on to the finals to play Jason Bareling.